Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Whatever time you found this video, I hope it has found you well. Today I'll be opening up 10 booster packs from Eldritch Moon, my spoils from yesterday's pre-release. And we'll just get right to it because, as you probably figured out by watching this channel, it takes me a while to go through everything without comments. So, get this started. A lot of interesting new mechanics. White we'll put over here. Guardian Priest taps non-human creatures. Cultist Staff will go to the left. That. Grapple with the Past. Raven Blood. Foul Bloods. 3/2 Delirium gives it +1/+1 and Menace. 3 mana for 3/2. There's been a lot of those going on. In fact, I believe that's the reason we don't have a 1 mana 1-drop creatures, because we have too many 3 mana 3/2 creatures. We're stopping the. I mean, these are the new bear, the new Grizzly Bear effect. In effect, I mean. Make Mischief, deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and you put a devil into play with, when it dies, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Faith Bear, Paladin. 5 for 3/4 lifelink. Actually not too bad. 3 high toughness like that's hard to get rid of, and lifelink means it's going to keep you in the game. Convolute, counter target spell unless the controller pays 4. The new Memory Lapse mechanic. Obviously when we don't have the ramp on turn 1, we don't have to worry about not being able to counter things as much, so, you know, easy to slide into any deck with blue. Falkenrath Reaver, 2/2 for 2, no drawbacks, excellent card. Let's see. Going into our uncommons, Campaign of Vengeance, we're going to put multicolored cards here. Whenever creature you control attacks, defending player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Not a bad mechanic. It is 5 mana though. Let's see, Repel the Abominable. Prevent all damage that would be dealt by non-human creatures, a fog-like effect. Perfect for commander control decks. Clear Shot, an incredible removal spell. 3 mana, instant, target creature you control gets +1/+1, and it deals damage to inspire to target creature you don't control. With, if you happen to get any lifelink creatures, for example, that's extra life gained. This will be our rare, and this is our flip card. And we have the sorting card there. Our token is human. Oh, a red human. We'll put tokens there, the sorting card here. Curious Homunculus. 1/1 blue for 1/1 creature. Taps for colorless. You can only cast instant sorcery spells with that colorless mana. And then at the beginning of upkeep, if there are 3 or more instant cards or sorceries in your graveyard, transform, becoming a 3/4 prowess creature, which reduces the cost of your instant sorcery spells by 1 less. So, effectively, if you can cast multiple instants in 1 turn, you get better than just tapping for colorless mana. This is really good with buyback type of effects. In Commander, this is going to be a fun card. My only problem with it is it's not really a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not really a wizard. That's what I'm kind of looking for. But it is a homunculus, so it kind of fits. And our rare card is Impetuous Devils. 6/1 for 4, trample haste. It's not a ball lightning, but it has to be blocked if the player controls a creature. The creature has to block. Beginning of the end step, sacrifices. That's the ball lightning effect. Alright, so we'll put uncommons in this line, rares in this line, and I guess we'll put flip cards in this line. Or possibly just put all flip cards over on this side here. That was just 1 pack. Go into the second one. Take inventory, draw a card, then draw cards. It's accumulated knowledge reprint. Different name too. Ingenious Scab. Prowess 2/3 for 3. And you can pump it. Or you can, what was the name of that old card? Fiend of some kind. Phantasmal Fiend. Choking Restraints. Interesting removal. Wolfkin Bond. Scourge Deck Supplicant. Convolute again. Falkenrath Reaver again. High Rites for Cleansing. Enlightened Maniac. 0/2 for 4. Enters battlefield, put a 3/2 colorless. So you get 2 creatures out of a card. And lets you put in tokens in blue. Graph Harvest. Peace of Mind reprint. Really nice card, really works well with Madness, but white has, if I'm not mistaken, no Madness cards. Third uncommon. Faith Unbroken. Interesting card. And our rare, our flip card is, Graph Rats. It is actually a meld mechanic. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you both own and control Graph Rats and a creature named Midnight Scavengers, exile them, then meld them into Chittering Hosts. This is, of course, the name part of the card in the top half. Interesting. Strange that it has to happen at the beginning of combat, because by exiling it and then returning it into play, if it doesn't have haste, then you wouldn't be able to attack with it that turn. So, something to think about. Put it at the common slot there. Our rare, let's say our token. It's an insect token. And there's our card. Rare card is Splendid Reclamation. 4 mana, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Not bad. The anti-Armageddon, but just for you. Really, really interesting card, especially with all the mill mechanics, putting cards from your graveyard or from your library into your graveyard. Then you can just all of a sudden dump all of those lands into play. Guardian Priest, Crossroads Consecrator, not as good as Infantry Veteran. 3 Foul Bloods. Grapple with the Past. Thermal Alchemist, 0/3 Defender in red. Taps and deals 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, untap Thermal Alchemist. Fiend Binder. Alright, attacks. Tap 1 target creature defending player controls. Cathar's Shield. Fogwalker, 1/3 Skulk. Enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls doesn't untap, but it doesn't tap the creature, so it's not quite like a Frostlinks. Emrakul's Influence. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi creature with card mana cost 7 or greater, draw 2 cards. That is a very limited function for that card. Haunted Dead. Enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 spirit in play, discard 2 cards, or return Haunted Dead from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That can be done at instant speed at the end of your opponent's turn. In fact, 1/1 black, discarding 2 cards at the end of your opponent's turn to put a 2/2 creature into play, and then you also get a 1/1 white spirit. That's actually not bad. 1/1 black, discarding a card. Well, you lose 2 cards, you get 2 permanents back. Worth it, I would think, and it can trigger Madness. That's a really interesting card. Abundant Maw. This is colorless. Where to put this? There's not really enough room there. Oh well. We'll move it into black because its color identity is black. When you cast it, your opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. The Emerge mechanic. 8 mana for 6/4 and you cast it, your opponent loses life and gain 3 life. That's weird. But you can sacrifice something else. If you were to sacrifice Haunted Dead, you would pay 1/1 black and then sacrifice this to put this into play, which is pretty neat. Let's see, Spirit of the Hunt. Oh, well, that was the rare. Enters the battlefield, each other creature you control that's a wolf or werewolf gets +0/+3 until end of turn. 3/3 for 3, flash. Not bad. And there it is, the other half of Chittering Host. And it does, in fact, have haste and menace. Let's see. When Chittering Host enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. So this becomes a 5/6. It starts off as Midnight Scavengers, 6 mana for 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card with greater mass cost 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Melds with Graph Rats. But actually, the Goblin Dark Dweller's effect, being able to pull something from your graveyard that's 3 mana cost or less, is pretty cool for creatures. So these are both common, and we have that meld card. Really interesting. It's the big furry monster from Unglued idea. Really neat to see that in black border. Token is Eldrazi Horror. I love that little token for the Eldrazi. Let's see, flip card. Nope, that'll basic land. Interesting. And I have a foil, Sigarda's Aid. Let's see, you may cast aura and equipment spells as though they had flash. So you could do this on your first turn and drop all of the bone saws you've got. What's interesting about this, though, is because of it giving them flash. If you play a 0 casting cost equipment spells with Pure Steel Paladin, you can cast them all on your opponent's turn to draw a bunch of cards and immediately attach them to something for free. So that's pretty good. It's a really good card. Foil cards. Where will I put foil cards? I'll put them right below tokens right there. Alright, we're going to go to pack number 4. Hadn't thought of this, but I might need to be careful that I don't mess up the recording. I don't want to stop at 5 though, so I need to just start going faster. Drag under, Otherworldly Outburst, Foulbloods, Wolfkin Bond, Supplicant, Borrowed Hostility, Cathar's Shield, Thraben, Standard Bearer, Excellent Cultist, Nebelgast Herald. When it or another spirit enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls at flash, flying, 2/1, 3. Slayer's Cleaver. Equipped creature must gets +3/+1 and must be blocked by an Eldrazi if able. Let's see, Vexing Scuttler. When you cast it, you may return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. 8 mana for 4/5. Emerge for 6 and 1 blue. So if you sacrifice the Nebelgast Herald, you would pay 3 generic and 1 blue. And let's see, 2 generic and 1 blue. And sacrifice the ghast. Is that right? That's 7. So no, you have to pay 4. Pay 4 here, sacrifice the ghast, and you get out a 4/5. That's not too bad. And you get to return an instant or sorcery. Could work interestingly with a lot of different effects, actually. I wonder if the Startled Awake, if that still works for the creature's casting cost, if it's on the other side of the card, would you be able to sacrifice the 1/1 Startled Awake token and get 5 out of it? By sacrificing it to the Vexing Scuttler, would you then be able to pull back Startled Awake from your graveyard to your hand? That's worth looking into for that ruling, I think. And this is our rare, I think. It is Providence, a reference to Lovecraft. Token card is a zombie token, a different zombie token. Neat. And we have Extricator of Flesh, Extricator of Sin. Very nice. Really cool flip card. Because it's 3 mana for 0/3. You sacrifice any permanent, could be an extra land, could be an artifact, could be a clue token, and then you get a 3/2 Eldrazi for it. Then, if you have Delirium, you can flip it, making it a 3/5. With Vigilance, gives all the tokens of Vigilance, and you can start sacrificing your other non-Eldrazi tokens to put 3/2 colorless Eldrazi Horrors into play. It helps you kind of curve higher just by playing the smaller creatures you don't need. Let's go to pack number 5. It's Galvanic Bombardment, Strange Augmentation. Interesting. Can get +3/+3 of Deliriums, right? Certain Death. Swift Spinner. 2/3 Flash Reach Spider for 4. Gavany Unhallowed Ironclad Slayer. Pulls back an equipment card or an aura. Very nice, actually. This, I like to see more of this coming back. That effect. Let's see, Laboratory Brute. 3/3. It's about to put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. Prophetic Ravings. Interesting. 1 red mana gives the enchanted creature haste and tap, discard a card, draw a card. But giving the creature, playing this to give your creature haste is still pretty good. Giving it a madness outlet like that is pretty good. But if you have a big creature but you won't be able to swing out with it that turn, putting that on it just to get the extra damage in that turn isn't bad, especially in limited. Let's see, Thraben, Standard Bearer. Savage Alliance, Escalate. 3 mana, choose 1 or more. Creature's target player controls gains trample until end of turn. Savage Alliance deals 2 damage to target creature. Savage Alliance deals 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls. Be mindful of your targets with these Escalate cards. If you don't have enough targets, like if you have only 1 target and the other ones don't, you'll lose the spell if it gets if it becomes an illegal target. So make sure you use only extra target cards. Anyway. Subjugator Angel. Enters the battlefield, tap all creatures your opponents control. 3rd uncommon. Chilling Grasp, tap 2 creatures. Those creatures don't untap during the control's next untap spell. Untap step. 3 mana, instant, not bad. Madness is 4, but if you're discarding it to a cost, you're getting something out of it. We have our rare card. Spirit of the Hunt. That's our second of those. Neat. Token. Eldrazi Horror. And we have another Extricator of Sin and a Forest. Alright, now let's kind of breeze through these next 5. I'll stop at the rare and if there's any other cool cards, but I need to start getting this out of the way. Dawn Griff, Swift Spinner, Enlightened Maniac, Essentia Banquet, Guardian of Pilgrims, Convolute, Nephalia Academy. Nice, it's the old Library of Lang ability. We'll put that with our... Let's move these ID cards over here. Put the colorless lands there. There's only 3 in the set. Foul Emissary lets you find creatures. Not too bad. I mean, it's not the uncommon. It's not much of a creature tutor. Drowsy Horror. Rare card is Dark Salvation. Not bad. Let's see. 1 black and XX. You put X 2/2 zombies, then up to 1 target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each zombie that player controls. You can actually give these tokens to another player. But the cool thing is you pay 3 mana, you get a 2/2 creature, and then target creature gets -1/-1 from your zombie. Or if you have extra zombies, it's even better. 5 mana gets 2 zombies, and you get -2/-2 at minimum to a target creature if you want to. That's actually a really neat effect. You can get multiple permanents out and your opponent lose one. There's an old card, Bone Shredder, 3 mana for 1/1 Flying Echo, which means you have to pay another 3 mana. And it destroyed a non-black creature. So that effect, I think, is really interesting. You can remove creatures with this effect. It can become a creature kill. Not to mention, you could just pay 1 black mana, put out 0 zombies, but if you've got like 4 or 5 zombies in play anyway, you can give something -4/-4 just for 1 black mana. Not bad. Let's see. Vilden Pack Outcast. Flip card and another ID card. Let's see. Wretched Griff. It's blue. Blue color identity. Distemper of the Blood. Swift Spinner. Recruitment. Displace. Reaver. Faithbearer Paladin. Field Creeper. Another Scarecrow for Scarecrow Tribal. Long Road Home. Is an uncommon. That's weird. We got into those pretty quick. Ruthless Disposal. Oh, 2 creatures get -13, -13. It is a sorcery. It gets rid of Emrakul. Nullwood Dryad. 1/1. Delirium gives it +3/+3. People are calling this the new Tarmogoyf. Not so sure. I mean, it's not bad though. This will be our... Yep. This will be our rare. Niblis of the Frost. Flying Prowess, 4 for 3/3, not bad. Whenever casting into a sorcery spell, tap target creature opponent controls, the creature does not untap. Not bad. And we've got 2 flip cards. Here's our token, another Eldrazi Horror, and there's the ID card. We've got Graph Rats, and another Gisela. Nice. I actually got a foil Gisela at the pre-release, not the stamped one though, so that's pretty cool. That's our mythic rare for the set, for the packs so far. Graph Rats, another one of those. 3 more packs to go through, really quick. I do not want to run out of storage space on my phone. Borrowed Grace, Waxing Moon, Brazen Wolves, Primal Druid, Bold Impaler, Steadfast Kuthar, Maniac Banquet, Emrakul's Influence, Repel the Abominable, talked about that before. Weaver of Lightning, 1/4 reach, odd in that, have that in red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Weaver of Lightning deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. So strange in effect. That's our 3 uncommons. Our rare card is Stormkirk Condemned, 2/2 for 2. Discard a card, vampires you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. So it's a nice outlet for madness effects. And we've got, I think we've got either a foil or something like it. Spider token, 1/2 reach. Yeah. We have Ulvenwald Captive as our flip card. And let's see, Exultant Cultist. When it dies, draw a card. Another human wizard. Let's put that there, and we'll put foils here. 2 more packs to get through. Olivia's Dragoon. Take Inventory. Desperate Sentry. Gavany Hallowed. Bloodbriar. I love this card. It's a 2/3 for 2. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on it. it pumps up really big, especially later on in the game when you have ways to sacrifice your lands. It's a really decent card, and I think it might actually see play in the standard. Let's see, Bold Impaler again. Guardian of Pilgrims, 2/2. Let's see, Displace. And Terrarium. Didn't realize what this card was. I know it's a reprint, but I thought it was a different reprint. Let's see, Thirsting Axe. Mockery of Nature, green color identity. Advanced Stitchwing, 5 for 3/4, but you can pay 3 and discard 2 cards to return to the battlefield tapped from your graveyard. So, a Serendipity ability. We have, I believe, an extra. This is our rare Wharf Infiltrator. Skulk, 1/1, deals combat damage. You may just draw a card and discard a card. If you discard a creature, pay 2 and put a Eldrazi Horror into play. Let's see. Sinuous Predator from Kessig Prowler. That's that one there. This is our land. And, oh, we got a flip card. Well, it is a flip card, but that's kind of neat. It's one of those cards you can make an endless effect out of. I'll maybe do that at the end of the video. Now we've got one last pack to go through. Wretched Griff. Galvanic Bombardment. It's the Kindle effect, but it only targets creatures. Strange Augmentation. Certain Death. Sweep Spinner. Displace. Terrarium. Make Mischief. Faithbearer Paladin. Shreds of Sanity. Return up to 1 target instant card and 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, then discard a card. Interesting. That's actually a really nice effect with the Madness ability. Haunted Dead. Courageous Outrider. Basically human tribal. And Thalia's Lancers. Really great way to search for a legendary creature. Zombie token. Another different zombie token. This is our match card. And Lone Rider. First strike, lifelink for 2, 1/1 creature. At the beginning of the end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, transform Lone Rider. Becomes it that rides at 1. First strike, trample, lifelink, 4/4. An incredible card. 2 mana and gaining 3 life in 1 turn is not difficult, especially since it has lifelink. You just pay 1 white mana, give it +2/+2, swing out. It's got first strike, so it's going to deal the damage. When it survives, it becomes a 4/4 first strike, trample, lifelink. 4/4 for 1/1 white, almost no drawbacks. An incredibly powerful card. Really looking forward to seeing it. I'm probably going to build a mono white standard weenie deck just with Gisela and lifelink and all these other things. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, and or a wonderful evening. And I hope tomorrow's even better. Take care, everyone.